Yeah, talk radio. I'm surprised it's still a thing. I'm surprised that it's still around. I'm surprised that DVD movies are still being manufactured, considering how we got streaming service and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We got the YouTube. A lot of people going to YouTube, watching podcasts and things like that. And that's pretty cool because I occasionally dip into listen to talk radio. Like I always go to sleep with my radio on low. I do have it low, and I like to wake up with it on. And I've been doing that since about going on 20 years now. So it's like something I like to do. So it's just and sometimes during the weekday I turn on the radio at night for calling it and have music playing. I wake up and there's morning radio on. So and I just listen to that. Good shows and good programs. It's not funny, you know what I'm saying? It's just something I like to do. I like to delve into it. I wouldn't say I'm a radio show buff. I love to watch it, listen to it rather. But on occasion I do. You know what I'm saying? And I watched many of them over the years. Listened to many of them, I should say. So yeah, what I want to talk about is there's one show in particular called Brooke and Jeffrey. It used to be called Brooke and Jubal, but Jubal ended up getting fired for whatever reason. It's basically he's no longer part of the show. Jubal, he's been gone since 2020. I thought it was after that, but 'cause I do remember his name when I was looking through this information here. So yeah, one in particular is called Brooke and Jeffrey. That's called Brooke and Jeffrey now, but they have this. I mean, during like the prank call segments and the second date update segments, they have this guy in the background that has this fucking annoying ass laugh, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?" It's it's people take it or leave it. It's like some people think it adds to the show. You know what I'm saying? The quirkiness, the funniness, and all that shit. And some people find them completely annoying, and it takes them out of listening to the show. I'm like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, for the most part, he's fucking annoying. For the second, and then no, for the most part, I can ignore him. And there's times when it gets fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. And I was like, why does that guy keep laughing in the background and shit like that? What the fuck, bro? It's not funny. It sounds stupid. It's like, what the fuck? So I looked him up before a long time ago and read about what people thought about it. But I'm going to do it again. I'm going to screen capture it this time. And it says AI overview says the annoying laugh on Brooke and Jeffries in the morning belongs to co-host Jose Bolanos. Known on the show as Mr. Giggle or Hilarious Jose. Oh my God. His distinct, loud, and frequent cackle frequently sparks divided opinions, with some fans loving it and others find it distracting. I find it distracting. I mean, like I said, for the most part, I can ignore it, but it's like, what the fuck, man? The laugh has become an iconic staple element of the show's dynamic, acting almost like a built-in human laugh track during segments like Second Date Updated and Phone Taps. Phone Taps is the prank. That's what they call the prank segment. It's called Phone Taps. We're gonna get into the phone taps and the second thing update. I'm gonna talk about those two segments later on or in another video. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I may talk about it in this one, or talk about them both in this one. I got things to say about those two segments there. But anyways, without getting ahead of myself, let's go. Let's get back to this topic about this annoying ass laugh. Yeah, it's almost like a built-in human laugh track. It probably is. That's even worse. That's even fucking worse. Because I didn't think it was a laugh. I thought it was just him every fucking morning. Like, can you imagine waking up like at 6 in the morning, going to work, you be there by 7:30 or 7 o'clock, and you going, all fucking morning. How the fuck can that not be annoying? And I'm glad I don't work there. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's crazy. For a quick look at Jose's laugh in action and the cast reaction to it. Oh, this is the video here. That's a video there about it. I ain't finna watch that. Let me see. So let's look at more of this fucking annoying ass Mr. Giggle or hilarious Jose shit. Let me see. Yeah, Jubal's fired from the show. I don't want to go into that. That's some drama shit. Basically, he's doing his own thing. Let me see. Cause I said I don't remember that name Jubal. Okay, it used to be Brooke and Jubal. Yeah, now it's Brooke and Jeffrey. Let me see. Here's a Reddit post from 4 years back. Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning is the worst radio show ever. Somebody says her interrupting every conversation to tell another boring story about herself or her annoying laugh that trails on. Good thing there's a lot of other talk shows you can listen to. Oh, wow. Here we go. Anyone else annoyed by Jose? 70 plus comments. This is 2 years ago. I'm not finna read them all. I'm finna read some of them. This is 70 plus. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, this is Reddit here. It says, okay, anyone else annoyed by Jose? Or as I dubbed him, Froze, due to his afro. Oh, he has an afro? I mean, it feels like every time he's on, that annoying I love you chicken has to be heard. Wow. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I'm 2 episodes. I'm 2 episodes out of 3 in right now for this week. But so far, he's on my strong dislike and annoy list. Yeah, he is fucking annoying. So this person must be listening to it on I don't listen to the show. I only listen to it on the radio as it's live. I don't listen to it any other way. So they listen to my episode. So you can listen to it. I think it's an app that allows you to listen to all the shows. I think it's on their website. They got all the shows you can listen to it. I don't know if it's free or not, or you got to sign up to it or to listen to all the shows. I never bothered to do that. Never wanted to do that type of stuff. I just listen to it when I just listen to it whenever I catch it. You know. But yeah, so let's see what comments this person got. Let me see what she got here. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the replies here. Yeah, he's fucking annoying, straight up. This is 3 years ago. This is 3 years ago. Is this her replies here? They both annoy me. I'm fast forwarding through all their segments. Both who? Oh, you talking about Brooke and? I think you're talking about Brooke and that Jose dude. I'm not annoyed by Brooke. I don't mind her at all. She's not the problem. The only issue I got is that fucking laughing and shit. That's the only issue I have is Jose's ass. Oh my God, so annoying. This should be a drinking game. Chicken. I know, man. Every time he says that, yes. Yeah, I don't know about the chicken part. It's just his fucking laugh. You'll have alcohol poisoning with how much he says it. Ooh. So it's not a laughing track. That's actually a live motherfucker in the background. I'm telling you, man, they gotta stop that shit, man. It's just fucking ooh. His laugh even annoys me. Yep, there it is. It's good. It's good. No fucking bueno. He's annoying as fuck. That is such an irritating laugh and creepy too. Wow. I wonder if they had him cooking up the drugs for cartels and he inhaled so much fumes. He's such a burnout and plays his own music all day. Her son said, wow. Never heard him delusional. Okay. He looks like he woke up drunk and slapped on a wig, although he looks more legit in his music video. Yeah, it's basically this motherfucker's annoying. Basically speaking. I mean, holy shit, man. I don't know. This stuff. This I don't want to read all this. I love you, chicken. I don't recall him saying that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Let me see if I can find anything else on this. I think I'm pretty much done talking about this dumbass motherfucker. That's probably him there, Jose. Since he has like an afro and shit. It's like, that's amazing, man. I guess if they paying you good enough, you'll laugh every fucking day of the week. No matter how early it is in the morning, then. He getting paid for that fucking laugh. So yeah, let's get to the other segment here about the phone taps and the second date update. Is it real or fake? Or is it staged or not? You know what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you a little bit about the phone. Basically, phone taps are pranks. You know, they prank people. Okay. Now, the second date update is basically something that multiple radio shows have done, are doing actually. They call it different names, but the concept is the same. Somebody will call in after somebody's been ghosted after a first date. They will call in to see, basically have the radio show call them to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the person who called in is a guilty one, and they deserve to be ghosted. And sometimes it's not. It's the other party's fault. Or it's a misinterpretation of some shit. And basically, after the reason is explained after they get in touch with the person they called. They will they either have the choice to forgive that person and go on a second date with them, and the radio station will pay for it, or B, they can say, no, I'm not gonna do it. Fuck this person. Blah blah. I've heard so many bizarre fucking stories regarding the second date update. In fact, that's my favorite part of the radio shows that I come across, the second date update. I hate missing them. I hate when I fall asleep when they're about to do it because I'm just waking up and shit. It's second date update. We're gonna come back after these messages or after the song plays. We're gonna go to the second date update. I'm like, okay, cool. So I just like adjust myself in bed and I end up falling back to sleep and shit. I hate that when I miss it. But they do replay it, so sometimes they'll replay it and I will hear it. But yeah, so. But there's always been a part of me who felt rather that shit was possibly staged, especially particularly the prank calls, because one thing I noticed on the prank calls is that the person on the other line don't say a single swear word. Now I've heard some when they did, but they bleeped it out. I was like, okay, they swore, but I'm thinking like, how do they know when to exactly bleep it out there? And they don't swear a lot. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my history with prank calls on YouTube. I used to watch this dude named Onyx Pranks. He's been around for years. This guy is fucking fantastic. 100% real and authentic prank calls he used to do. He used to post them on YouTube and shit. When he got monetized years later, he kind of fucking got watered down and shit. But he was still good to listen to on occasion. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't nearly as good as he used to be. I'm telling you, this guy was fucking awesome. I don't think he does it no more. He got in some type of legal trouble about maybe 4 years ago. Something back in, because 2026 now, it was back in what, 2021? Something like that. He got some legal trouble. That's what I heard. I don't know if he's still doing it. Maybe he is. I ain't followed him in a while. I didn't see if he's still doing it. But he's been doing it for years, man. And he was fucking fantastic. He'd do all these voices and shit. And he did a face reveal in years, man. I remember his face reveal, but he revealed his face for the first time. I mean, I was curious on what he looked like. I mean, who wasn't? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, especially if you've been watching them as long as I have. But at the same time, the face reveal kind of ruined the magic. It was still, don't get me wrong, even though he saw his face, it was still good to listen to him doing voices, pranking people, shit like that. But it just ruined it because he did so many voices. Those voices were iconic and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they were really, really good. And he's a fantastic voice actor. Holy shit, fantastic. And yeah, so me being a fan of Onyx Pranks and then turning around and listening to the prank calls on a radio station, it gave me pause because I'm thinking like, this shit sounds staged as fuck. Cause like I said, for one, they barely swear, and two, they don't sound that angry. The person that's on the other end, you know what I'm saying? So let's see how right I was. Our Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning stage. Let me see. Let's go to here. It says, our overview says, listeners and media critics have debated the authenticity of segments on Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning, formerly Brooke and Jubal. But the consensus is that the show is a mix of genuine interactions, heavily edited, produced pranks, there we go, and situations facilitated by actors. I was just saying my shit wasn't paused. I'm about to say, just making sure. Anyways, let's move on. The reality of the show's segments breaks down like this. This applies to every talk show, by the way. This applies to all of them, not just Brooke. Brooke and Jubal is just the forefront. Now, second day update. There we go. This says the person who was ghosted on or their friend reaches out to the station directly, so their side is entirely real. Okay, the person being called is given permission and asked to consent to being on the radio before the segment is fully aired. Oh, they do that before they air it. So they call them beforehand just to get their consent to get on the show, to be on the show before it airs. So I guess they call them again when it airs, so the person on the other end knows that they're expecting a call. Okay. So they do that before off the air. Okay. If they decline, the segment is scrapped or recreated using actors. Oh, that's how they do it. Okay. Because I know, that's one thing with me. I know not everybody consents to being called and put on radio. I know they don't. They either too busy with their lives getting ready for work, because this shit happens in the morning, mind you. They probably getting ready for work, on their way to work. But people have questions like when the person picks up, it never goes in the voicemail. You don't hear no background noise, so that raises suspicion and shit like that. Right. And the call is like crystal fucking clear. You don't hear no fucking less than perfect audio. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes on the other line and shit like that, it's like crystal clear. And that's those are valid suspicions. Like, could this be real? Could this be fake or staged? You know. So that's how the second day update is usually done. I think most of the ones I heard are fucking staged. I mean, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna bring up something else that makes you believe that. I actually read this. They said that the guy that calls in is like, he sounds kind of gay, kind of effeminate in a way and shit like that. It's like the same fucking guy almost on all the second date updates. And I agree. I say, yeah, I noticed that too. It sounds like the same fucking guy that's calling in that's supposed to be ghosted. So the phone taps pranks. Now this about these here. So these are highly produced and largely considered fake or scripted because FCC regulations strictly require two-party consent to record calls for broadcast. The person being pranked is in on the joke. The call is pre-planned, or actors are hired to play the role of the victim. Totally fucking staged. That's why I don't like the prank calls. I knew they were staged before I found out. I explained it earlier how I knew they were staged. Fucking a waste. It's literally a waste of my fucking time. I mean, listen, it's a waste of everybody's time to listen to that shit. Cause they said, why even have a prank call segment? Because that's why it's not funny, because it's staged. It's why it's not funny. If it was real, it'd be funny. But it's not. So because since you have to have consent to prank call anybody on the radio station, why have that segment in the first place? Why hire actors to do it then? Just don't have a prank call segment. It's fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid at the end of the day. Now there's a trivia section where you can challenge the hostess. Multiple radio shows have this, where a caller will call in and they will do a trivia. They have to answer a question within the time limit, and the more they get right, they win. They win a prize and all that shit. Usually the hostess ends up mopping the floor with these women. They call in. They mop the floor with them every time. The hostess usually wins. That's what I'm saying. So they ask pop culture questions and shit like that. So I felt that this shit was real, and I was right. It says contest and trivia. Games like Beat Brooke, for example, are unscripted and rely on real callers who dial in and compete live. Yep, I knew that shit was real. I knew it. I knew that was real. I knew. I mean, if that was staged, I'm like, okay, whatever. But I didn't believe it was staged, and I was right. Those are not staged. That shit is real. They call in because first they ask them like what a multiple question regarding pop culture, and they have to answer. You can say skip, and it goes straight to the next question if you don't know it, or sometimes they're trying to answer it. And then once that's done, they would bring the hostess in the room because they would literally have her leave the room so she won't hear the questions. So she doesn't know the questions, the hostess already. And so they'll bring her back in the room and they'll ask her the same questions. And the hostess, like I said, usually mop the floor with them. Usually. It's because whenever I hear that the person on the other end actually won, it's quite the joy because it's usually not the case. So I do like that segment, the contest and trivia part. But yeah, so I still like the second day update shit, even though I know it's fucking staged or likely staged. I think I like it a little bit more now because it might not be the one you're listening to in that particular morning. You know what I'm saying? It may not be staged. But the stories are real regarding that. You know what I'm saying? Even if they have to stage it, the stories itself is real. And the stories, holy shit, man. It's like, I could make a whole nother vlog just talking about the crazy shit that happens, man, with these dates, man. It's like, wow. You know, and how stupid people are. Now, what I like the most about Second Date Update is this. I like the fact it gives you a valuable lesson, okay? The lesson being is that you cannot rely on listening to one person's side of the story. You can't. Because either A, they're going to omit shit to make them look good or make them less the victim. Or B, they omit stuff because they simply forgot to bring that detail out. And number two, you're never gonna understand the full story unless you listen to the other side. Because what may seem like the one who is guilty is the one telling you the story first may actually be the opposite. But you will never know that until you listen to the other side. And then you would get the big picture. That's what I like about those type of segments on the shows. It's amazing what people leave out. It's fucking amazing. So yes. I think most of the time the person who calls in is the one at fault, as why they were ghosted. Even though I feel that you should never ghost anybody. You should like tell them, say, look, I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to contact you no more. And this is the reason why. And don't call me, don't text me no more. And that's that. And just leave it at that. Don't just fucking ghost them like that. I don't think that's right. Even if you are justified in doing so, even if what they did really turns you off, but explain it to them. You should at least give them an explanation. So, because like I said, sometimes the person who calls in that got ghosted is actually in the right. You know, it's like sometimes, but most of the times, the ones that call in that got ghosted were actually in the wrong and they deserve to be ghosted. And it's amazing how they tell the story on what the first date, what happened and shit like that. And you would think like, oh, that's too bad. He said this person said they had a good time and shit like that. What the fuck? And yes, sometimes it is a woman that calls in that's been ghosted by a male on a date. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens. You know, but I think most of the time it's a male that's been ghosted by the female and shit like that. For the most part. But yeah, so I like Second Date Update. I still like listening to it on occasion. It's a great segment to listen to. Pretty fucking tripped out, man. I mean, but yeah, so yeah, I think most of them are staged. I think they are, or they either staged or the person that's being called know about it already because they, like I said, they get they off the air. They get their consent first before they go on air with it to see if they want to go through with it. Even though they always say, we'd like to let you know that we're part of a radio show, Brooke and Jeffrey. You know, so we're calling in because do you remember so and so? You know what I'm saying? They always do that regardless, even if they already know why they're getting called. But still, so I guess to add drama to it and shit like that, they say that. But anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much it for this. Let me see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can dig up anything else regarding this. I'm gonna try to do another search, but I'm gonna pause it before I do that. Okay, so yes, the second date update segment on the morning show is widely considered to be fake or heavily staged. It is, for the most part. I think it is for the most part. While radio stations often claim the calls are authentic, the segment is featured, rather is treated primarily as scripted entertainment and improv. Several factors reveal the manufactured nature of the segment. Now, this is why. Now, these are the reasons why people started getting suspicious when they start listening to these the second date update. I think I covered some already, but we're gonna go through them again here. They always answer, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like they never call them, and they don't, and it goes to voicemail or anything like that. They always fucking answer. It's like 100% they're gonna answer. And then it rings about 2 times. It rings about 2 or 3 times before they pick up. All the time. I think it's at least 2 times it will ring. It go and they'll pick up all the fucking time. Let me see. It says the hosts are supposedly calling the second person completely out of the blue, but they answer on the very first few rings. Yep, nearly 100% of the time, without screening or going to voicemail. Right? Because with me, if I get a call and the number's not on my list of calls, I'm gonna let it go to the voicemail anyway. Because of prank calls. That's why that you get. I mean, no scam calls. My bad. Not prank. Scam calls. Because scam calls are very widespread now. So I just let the shit go to voicemail all the time. Cause I figure if it's important, they will leave a message, or if they know me, they will leave a message, right? You ain't gonna just call nobody knowing they don't have your number, or if it's a business call and not leave a message. So that's what I'm saying. So if it was me, if I ghosted somebody and the research gotta call me, obviously the number's not gonna be on my call ID. It's not gonna be recognized. It's gonna say like unknown number and shit like that. So I'm gonna let it go in the voicemail. And the radio station will have to leave me a message, so I will call them back. You know, so they'll never reach me if I ghosted somebody on a date. So that's just how I roll with regarding receiving calls. Now, legal and consent issues. Okay, here we go. By law, you cannot record and broadcast a private phone call without the other person's consent. So the radio station just cannot call anybody, even if they got the number from somebody and they want to. Because it's on a radio station. It's recorded, right? Right. It's live, right? So by law, you can't do that. It says this means the show has clearly spoken to the person and secured their permission to be recorded before the live segment airs, right? Because it's against the law to call somebody and record them without their consent. Exactly, they can't do that. So you know without a shadow of a doubt, that person who answered the phone already knew they were expecting a call. But they always tell them, oh, I forgot to tell you, by the way, Jason's on the line right now. I forgot to tell you that. So you know they knew that too already. They just do that for drama purposes. That's what they do. Even though a lot of us already know the truth that it's staged, that they already knew that Jason was already listening in and shit like that. They do that for drama. Like I said, what makes me want to watch, the main draw for me of listening to these segments is the story, the crazy fucking stories. You know, that they get from these dates, that they got ghosted and shit like that. And it's amazing. And the person who picked up the phone is like, oh, I don't know how much that he told you or she told you or something like that. But, you know what I'm saying? They'll say something like that. So it makes me wonder how much do they actually know before they get this expected call. So yeah, so you already know that the person who picks up the phone already knew the call was coming. You already know it. That's why they don't sound fucking tired or groggy sometimes when they pick up the phone. They sound completely fucking awake. They probably sounded groggy when they first got the call. Like they go, huh? Like, who's this? Yeah, you know, like, like, oh, what's the radio station? Well, we're going to second day update. Well, we need your consent to go on air before we call. And then it's okay. Well, give me like 10 minutes to touch myself up. I got to go splash some water on my face and shit like that. Yeah. I bet that shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I could imagine. So, improvised scenarios. It says many hosts use a pool of voice actors or rely on listeners who submit their stories and then loosely improvise the confrontation on air. Yeah, sometimes it's completely improvised. It's like, that's only if the person that they're trying to call declines to be on the air. Because I think most of the time they will say no. I think most of the time, unfortunately, they decline it. They'll say, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk to that motherfucker no more. I'll ghost to that motherfucker. I don't want to do shit. Fuck him. I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? I got my life to live. Fuck that motherfucker. And so they will have an actress or actor on to play as them on the other line and shit like that. So recycled voices and tropes. Regular listeners frequently point out that the callers and their exaggerated reactions share the same acting style, and the show often recycles specific character tropes. Look at that. Yeah, because like I said, I feel like the guy that calls in sounds the same. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because that's the improvisation. That's the improvisation phase. They need some more fucking male actors. I tell you that. It's like, what the fuck? So you can so like, let's see how fast the former. All right. That's pretty much it. But the second day update. So we got information on the phone tap, which is the prank segment, which is completely fucking staged. The second date updates. They might be staged, but the person who's receiving the call already knows that they're receiving a call before the segment airs, because by law you can't just call somebody and record them without their consent and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Them know they're being fucking recorded. You can't do that. It's against the law. So yeah. This person says, I believe the calls from Second Date Update are real, but definitely pre-recorded because you never know what someone is going to say. Yeah, that's the thing too that got me to suspect. I said, wait a minute. They never swear. Like I said, they don't swear. A lot of people swear. They say bad words. They say shit, fuck, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like they gotta be staged because they gotta know that they was receiving a call because it's like they're not swearing. And I'm pretty sure they tell them, say, look, we can't have no foul language here. You know what I'm saying? And I think by the time it airs, it's already pre-recorded. It's already recording because just in case they do swear, they get to bleep it out before they air it. You know. So one person says all the callers are fake. The situations are scripted. The callers are service. Wow. I mean, yeah, like I said, the person who's receiving the call already know they're getting called. Because they can't record them without their consent and shit. So that's the gist of on how these segments are done. Yeah, the story. The only thing that's guaranteed to be real about the Second Date Update are the stories themselves. That's the only thing that's guaranteed to be real. Just the stories. So that's all there is to it about this, and I just thought I'd share this. I'm glad I knocked two birds out with one stone because I was gonna do the fake or real thing in another upload, but I'm glad I didn't have to do that. And yeah, so there we go. We made it into one screen capture vlog, which I prefer. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this. I just thought I'd talk about this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, and I just thought I'd do talk about something different on my channel for a change regarding the screen captures and shit like that. And yeah, so stay tuned for more of me doing reactions and things like that about detractors and everything, about video game related shit. Of course, because the core of my channel is video game related stuff. I love talking about video games. I love streaming video games and everything like that. But sometimes I like to talk about other things that's not game related. You know, things like that. Sometimes let you guys know that it's more to me than just being a gamer, you know. So, with that being said, this is Y Chromosome signing the fuck out. Peace and love. Good health to you all and be safe out there. Peace. I'm out.